Good morning again. We're back for video number 2. So we'll give just a little bit for you guys to join us. Thank you, LaDonna. Hey, take a minute for
Cassandra's here.
it to pop up in news feeds. Hi, Cassandra. Glad you're back. And Jan is here.
Sherry Barrett.
You're back, Sherry. I hope you found the mystery stamping. We tagged you in that post, so you can get some supplies ready if you want to participate in that. And Robbie's back. Baby Ruth. So glad y'all are with us this morning.
Gail and Donna Fenton.
Gail and Donna, welcome y'all.
Janet. Tammy and Roger.
Hi, Tammy. So LaDonna's able to watch for comments, so just a little reminder, if you have questions, need help with something, let us know, and hopefully we'll be able to catch that. If not, we go back and look through comments at the end after the video's over and can answer that for you.
Gail says, I like that black paper.
The black paper. Oh, on here, on the sample? That's part of the designer series paper too. It's almost like a tweed, if that's what you mean, Gail. So I think we'll go ahead and get started on this next video. And I did want to take a minute too to welcome those that are new to class this month. So glad that you're joining us as well, or if you're watching on the replay. So I do have a couple samples to show you as we get started this time. And this one is, and I know some of you have seen these, but I thought I would share them again since it's the suite that we're working with today. So if you can't tell, this is one of my favorite images, this flower in the set. It is really, really pretty. This was a swap that I made for a demonstrator swap. So I think I made 22 of these cards. And I really like using the 3x4 piece of designer series paper. I think y'all know that. I don't know if it will show up, but this is that embossing folder that I was telling you about. So it just gives a little subtle texture, which is really pretty to add to your card. And then I started doing a Facebook Live a couple months ago when all of this pandemic started, just in an effort to keep us stamping and keep us connected. So these are cards that we showed in that Facebook Live, and it's probably been about a month ago. So Dale was just kind of playing with the blends a little bit on this flower. And you guys know that I'm not the best at coloring, so I just stamped it with Early Espresso on Petal Pink cardstock. And we fussy cut those, and that's that beautiful sentiment that we used in that first card. So just wanted to share those with you. And then we want to talk a little bit about Paper Pumpkin right quick. I've got a flyer here. And the Paper Pumpkin for July is Summer Nights. And just wanted to let you know that it's going to be 7 postcard cards with envelopes. And then 9, I'm sorry, I said 7. I'm looking at 9. It's 9. And then 9 tea light bags, and they are die cut. Now, not everyone loves having projects that are not cards in the Paper Pumpkin. So kind of a workaround is this month, starting I think July the 1st, you'll be able to purchase an add-on kit that will have 24 card bases, and they are pre-printed, and then envelopes that coordinate, that if you want to take the pieces in your Paper Pumpkin box and the extras that you get, if you want to take those and make cards instead, you can. So I wanted you to be aware of that. And then we've got the Share Sunshine box from this month, from June. And I just wanted to let you know I have an extra of this if anybody is interested and wants to make a box of sunshine. The cards are super cute. I haven't made mine yet, but we had Paper Pumpkin Club Thursday night, and those cards are really cute. Don't you think so, LaDonna?
I do. I wish I'd have had 2 kits.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did our Paper Pumpkin Club on a Zoom meeting and just kind of talked and laughed and crafted and...
Judy says she wants this.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll put that aside for you, Judy. It's really, really cute. And if you missed the Share Sunshine Paper Pumpkin, we have mini Paper Pumpkin boxes now in the annual catalog. So you could certainly make your own little boxes of sunshine. And if you're not familiar with that concept, what you do is purchase like yellow and orange items, little treats and trinkets for someone, and you put that inside the box, and then you send that out to them. And you know, the little mini Paper Pumpkin boxes, you could decorate those with yellow or orange papers and do some stamping, and just to send somebody something that will brighten their day. So our next project is this little card. And again, I have a different kind of fold than what I typically do, but I wanted to show you guys that when you cut an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock in half, either way, so if you cut it the long way or across, you're still gonna get the same size card. It's just gonna open differently. So this time we have the masculine version, and we'll be creating the more feminine version of this card. So I like the fact that this shows off Designer Series paper. And then again, we've got the super cute dies, and this sentiment I think fits really nicely in here. This is similar to that tailored tag punch that I love so much. It does do a little bit of embossing around the edge when it cuts out. So I wanted to point that out. And then the little banners here are cut with this die. And while I know you can easily make a little banner, this is has stitching around it. So I really like that, and especially with this textured paper, that adds just a little bit more. So you will notice, let me make sure I have the right one. This is a beautiful ribbon, and it's called the Faux Suede ribbon, and it's in Early Espresso. So if you haven't seen it, which I know you have.
Is it your favorite?
It is my favorite. So I just had to get that in there, just a tiny little piece on there. So let's go ahead and get started with this next card. And we do start with that card base that is 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And magically, this one has been folded for us. So that was awesome. And then we're going to go ahead, whoop, I grabbed the wrong one, thank you. So I did go ahead and stamp this little image on the inside and then down the side here on this card. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And we are using Night of Navy because we're using this beautiful piece of Designer Series paper with this card.
Kathy Partain says she's here.
Hi, Kathy. Glad you are here. I got to meet Kathy. She is a new customer and friend, and I got to meet her this past week, so that was really nice. So I do think with this blue, I'm going to stamp off a little bit first. We'll see how this goes. Just kind of put that in the corner for the inside. I like that. And then for this piece that will go on the front, we're going to stamp down the side, and we will stamp off. So that's called second generation stamping. If you're not familiar with that, I'm actually going to bring that grid paper in here. You go ahead and ink up, and you can stamp full strength. And then you can go back and stamp again with that leftover ink that's still on the stamp. So it just gives you a variation in color, and we'll do that one more time down here. So it gives you really two different colors of ink, and I think I'm going to come in up here and see if I can add just a little bit. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Close the ink pad so we don't have any accidents. So again, this is a pretty straightforward card. But we're using lots of textures and paper. We'll go ahead and glue this down to the inside. Y'all know that I like to use a lighter color on the inside, especially of a dark card base like this, so that you are able to write your message. And we'll give that glue just a second to dry. While LaDonna's checking for some comments.
Sherry Berry says she loves that ribbon.
Oh, that ribbon is gorgeous, girl. It is really, really pretty. And then we'll go ahead and bring in that piece of Designer Series paper and add it. So I just left a very small border on this side. And again, you'll have to let us know if you prefer the more masculine version of this card or the more feminine. What I like about doing a class like this is you get to see that these supplies will really work for both, and you get to learn the layout that you can use with supplies that you have. And we'll let that dry for just a second. And then we do need to do a little bit more stamping, don't we? We're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. Bring that little piece of grid paper back in. And this one says, "You are so special." And I've used this stamp a couple of times now. And I love the font.
Up a little.
Okay.
Okay.
It's pretty forgiving though with that that font. Okay. And we'll move the sink pad out of the way once again. And I think we can go ahead and put this layer on. Get it lined up. And I will be working on a PDF. I haven't done it yet. I thought yesterday I had a little bit of time and I thought, oh, I'll go ahead and work on the PDF. Well, what I did was create the opposite card of what I would actually show in the PDF, so that didn't work. So I'll make it probably Monday or Tuesday. And let's see, we're going to use, it just so happens that there's some really pretty Night of Navy ribbon in the Playing with Patterns ribbon combo pack. So that's where this ribbon's going to come from, and we just need a small piece, oops, to kind of tuck underneath. And let me grab my glue dots. I know that's just a tiny piece of ribbon, but I really liked what it added to the card.
Kathy Partain says, I'm confused. I thought I was doing mystery card.
We are doing mystery stamping after the 11 o'clock, at the end of the 11 o'clock video. So I demonstrate 3 cards for you, and then we do our mystery stamping. It's at the very end, Kathy. But you still have time to get supplies ready if you haven't had time to work on them yet. That's worked really well the past couple months doing it that way. And in that way, if for some reason you're not able to stay with us, you can always watch the replay. Because we leave the chance to win the prize with mystery stamping open for a couple of days. So I probably won't draw for that prize until maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, I'm just getting a little bit fussy here. So next we're going to go ahead and add the two little banners here, and let me try to decide which way I like it better. What do you think, Ladonna? You like it like that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me see. Let me look at your label now. Okay, you're good. Sorry.
Yes, this is, actually we had one ready, so it does have a little stamping on the back. So if you mess up when you're stamping, save that piece because you may be able to use it again. And I got liquid glue on my fingers. Oh goodness. Thanks. 1 second. Hold on a minute. Once you get that liquid glue on your fingers, you can just about forget it, right? Okay, then we'll go ahead and add this other little banner. I really like that even though it's small pieces, you still get to see different designs of the Designer Series paper with this. And let me let that dry for a minute. Thank you. More glue. Okay, now we will grab some dimensionals. Now I've got it sticky on the other side. Okay, we're just going to go with that. That didn't cooperate quite right, but that's okay. Still think it looks cute. And we'll go ahead and put our sentiment on. So again, a pretty simple card. I love that it combines the Designer Series paper and some stamping though. And let me see if I can get that straight.
Right side down a little bit.
And that looks a little bit better.
The left side up or the right side down. Like a 1/4 inch.
Okay,
That's better.
much better. Okay. LaDonna said ta-da. That's what her little grandson Logan says when he does something. So ta-da. We are done with our second card. So again, love to know what you think, whether you prefer the masculine version or the feminine version. But either way, you can use paper and stamps from this very same set and get such a different look. So that's what we're going for. So we are going to let you go while we get some supplies ready for our card at 11 o'clock. And then we will also be doing mystery stamping when we finish that card. So let us know if you have any questions and we'll see you back in a few minutes.